daring rescues in dangerous seas. It's not a job for the faint of heart. After all, you might have to jump into 30-foot swells to save someone, or dangle in trees over a raging river, or endure icy water during a Great Lakes rescue. If you want to be one, you have to earn it.
You quit on yourself, you quit on your survivor. You understand?
And get through a school where less than half make the cut. You need to be fit, focused, and unflappable in the water. Because only the elite make it through and become Coast Guard rescue swimmers. I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore. I've made a career of being in the middle of storms, and I love it. But there's more to weather than storms. Some people live where they have to deal with harsh or unusual conditions on a daily basis. On Cantore Stories, we'll take you to these places. You'll meet the people that call them home, and we'll immerse you in their culture. On this episode, Rescue Swimmers. It has one of the highest attrition rates of any special operations program in the military. Oh, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore. Candidates here endure challenges that rival that of the U.S. Navy SEALs and the Army Rangers.
Every day we're making these kids work out, several hours a day, whether it be out on the land here or in the water. Physically, it's fatiguing. Mentally, it's fatiguing. They're stressed out every day, worrying about what's coming next.
We take 12 class. Sometimes we may graduate 7, sometimes we may graduate 2, sometimes 1. I graduated by myself 20 years ago. And yes, there's an occasion, rare, few and far between, that we do graduate 0. School is very difficult.
How difficult? Well, the average failure rate over the last 10 years is about 65%. In 2010, 73 started, and only 21 graduated.
Any student going through deals with the temptation of quitting throughout the training. So they've got to overcome those mental barriers. They've got to condition their mind, to think like they're out in the ocean, and some victim's life depends on it, and no matter what they do, they cannot give up.
Pretty easy to watch someone jump out of a helicopter on TV. It looks like a lot of fun, but coming here and going through the actual training and get yourself there is a completely different story.
And if you do, you join an exclusive group. There's currently only about 350 operational swimmers, and a little over 800 since the Rescue Swimmer program began in 1985.
Most of the students that come here, they want to be rescue swimmers. They want to go out and save lives. And that goes for us instructors. I mean, that alarm goes off. Even if you're not on duty, you get that adrenaline rush that you're like, man, I wish I was on that plane. I wish I was going to help somebody right now. So it's in all of us.
They all had to complete the 4.5-month program here in Elizabeth City on the Inner Banks of North Carolina, about 45 miles from Norfolk, Virginia.
We try to explain to them that what they're seeing here is not going to be what's in the real world. I mean, we're training in an 8-foot pool right now, so basically you can almost stand up. In the real world, you might be 300 miles offshore, 30-foot seas at night, 60-mile-an-hour winds. They have to understand that if they can't handle it here in the pool, there's no way that they're going to be able to handle it out in the fleet.
And the candidates all seem to be here for the same reason.
I want to help people in distress and save lives, because I've seen how nasty the ocean can get.
I always like helping people around save lives.
I figured I was born with a talent to swim, so in the long run, I probably should use it to help save some lives.
Brittany Coates is one of the rare females that come through the program. 4 have attempted in the past 6 years, and only 1 graduated. Currently, there are just 4 active female rescue swimmers.
And I am a girl, so I have a little bit less muscle than most guys do, but I figured I trained enough.
I know it's a long road for them, and I'm pretty sure it's tough for him. We treat him the same as every other student.
You can't stand there and listen to Pedals Leopoldo as he's talking. You have a conversation back there? You don't want to listen?
They're one of the guys. Forgive me for saying that, but you know that's what they are. They're one of the guys.
I don't think it's more difficult. There's a lot more to live up to.
It's 6 a.m. on day one of the 18-week program, and these new students are about to face the biggest challenge of their lives. It all starts here, on what's infamously known as the grinder.
I remember driving by it the other day going, it looks like a torture device.
Before the students even dip a toe in the water, they get a heavy dose of PT, which is short for physical training.
A lot of pull-ups, a lot of bodyweight rows, a lot of kettlebell work, squats. Every other day we'll wear a 40-pound weighted vest.
I gotta say I'm not the greatest runner in the world, so the dryland PT usually stresses me out a little bit more, especially coming from Kodiak, Alaska, where it's a lot colder.
But it's here in the pool that usually makes or breaks the candidates.
The standard that we train to in the pool for the rescue swimmer is that they be able to operate for 30 minutes in heavy seas.
Set, go!
And that means lap after lap after lap. Many of them underwater. There's exercises with 10-pound breaks. You learn to perform multiple rescues and how to deal with combative survivors.
It's been difficult. There's been muscles that I've never felt cramped before in my life today, so that one was hard to push through, but I made it.
It's all designed to give you confidence in the water, and you're trained to let nothing get in the way of doing your job.
That strap didn't break. Get off the wall. Do you need to go to medical? Look at me. Are you fit to train? Yes.
When they step on that pool deck, they need to be ready to go. Their gear needs to be ready to put on and go right to work. If a fin breaks, move on.
You can't accomplish this task with one fin?
There's no timeouts. You move on, you get the job done one way or the other. If you can't overcome that stress or that deficiency, you might have bigger problems.
Early on, some struggled with the basics.
Move your hand.
Cantrell this afternoon had a little problem with clearing his mask.
I knew that the pool would be a little bit difficult just because I was never on a swim team before.
Let's go.
We want to make sure that when he has water in his mask or snorkel, that he's going to clear his mask, his snorkel, he's going to perform. Because every mask leaks, and you're always going to have water in your snorkel.
Anybody tell you to take that mask off your head?
I'll go through any pain, I'll choke on water, and I'll drink cool water, I'll snort water. And I'm just learning how to do it correctly. I'm learning my lesson.
Show and go.
A lot of students we get are young. You know, they come from athletic backgrounds, sports, some kind of physical activity that motivated them and pushed them into wanting to do this job. And they get here and they're not as comfortable in the water as they thought they were.
Cantrell, that snorkel is in your mouth to save your life. Gives you an airway. That thing's gonna become your best friend.
Coming up at Cantore Stories, real-life rescue scenarios. Can they handle the pressure?
In my vision, I feel good about what I'm doing, and I feel that I put in the preparation. Right now, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to give it everything I have.
It's gonna be tough. I think I'll make it through school. It comes down to the tests, and my water confidence is all right, so we'll test it out and see how I do. But definitely not gonna quit.
I think I'll be one of them because I know I won't give up. I've never felt so strongly about why I want to do something and the purpose behind it.
Gotta get me out of here. You have these guys that come in here, and right off the bat, they're gung-ho. I'm gonna make it. I got no problems. This is great. And you can see that in some of them. But you never know. They can be the guy the next week that's having an issue with one of our tests, and there they go. They're gone.
I have no doubt that as each day goes by, we'll be doing a lot more things that will make a lot of us want to quit.